Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Drop, and this is my performance review of the Adidas Kobe Crazy one, or it was known as the Kobe, right? So this shoe came out back in the year 2000, so it's more than 20 years old, which is absolutely insane. Adidas did retro it in this colorway. It's retailing for 150 bucks. So if you guys do want to cop, I try to leave the free link in the description box. I also have another colorway here, and it's more like this cork upper, right? And I'll give you some differences between these two colorways. This shoe obviously came out a little bit like a couple years back compared to this one, which pretty much just came out. But yeah, this is the original. I mean, if you guys didn't know, Kobe was signed with Adidas, and then this came out. This shoe's design was actually inspired by a car, his car, which was the Audi TT, I believe it was called. And I guess it kind of looks similar, but yeah, I don't know why you'd want a shoe that looks like a car. You know what I mean? But yeah, and then the Kobe 2 came out, and then I believe Kobe just left Adidas because it's like, what the hell is this, you know? And then obviously he went to Nike and then had one of the best signature shoe lines ever, right? So anyways, this is the original Kobe. So again, links will be in the description box, but let's get it started off with the tracciones. And I actually did play in these, and these are absolutely freaking horrendous, guys. So I don't know what it is with the rubber compound, right? So in this, I believe this is the vinyl colorway, is what they're calling it, but this is like a solid black rubber outsole, right? And I'm guessing they just changed up the rubber compound because the traction in this was actually pretty freaking amazing. You know, it had a really good bite, it has a nice loud high-pitched squeak. But in this one, in the new retro colorway, maybe they changed up the rubber compound. That's why I always say the outsole design doesn't really matter all too much, just because herringbone's nice. You know, both of these shoes have herringbone, but then this one was not sticking very well, right? And it wasn't terrible, but it just never had an amazing bite. And it's just like, even though I broke it in, even though I played in and tried to play in it a little bit more, it just, the traction wasn't good. So yeah, I mean, that definitely did disappoint me. So if you're playing on a clean court, you should be fine if you don't need crazy good traction. But I don't know why you wouldn't want crazy good traction. You know what I mean? And then if you're playing on a dusty court, however, it picks up a good amount of dust, which is also weird because this colorway did not really pick up that much dust either. And it was also a very easy wipe, you know what I mean? As far as the durability goes, you should be fine. There is a lot of grooves. The rubber is like it's not super hard, but it's also not super soft. So I feel like you should be okay on an outdoor court. This is an older shoe, right? So older shoes I feel like are more durable than more modern shoes, which of course is a good thing. So traction was definitely a disappointment in this colorway. Also, we can see the Adidas logo right here. And then in the middle of the outsole, there is a torsion system, right? So this is all plastic. Right here, this is plastic, and also this is plastic, so that's good for torsional support. So there's the traction there. As far as the heel to toe transition goes, it's also freaking terrible, guys. So here in the heel, I guess it's not bad. We have fully exposed foam, and it's like, it's not that soft, but it has this nice like rounded shape, so that's okay. But look at the shape, guys. Look at the freaking shape. It's completely flat, so it's a freaking slapper, right? So it's just boom and then slap, and then it's super stiff, super duper stiff. And that's something that I noticed a lot when I was playing these, right? So I like to go on my toes, especially when I'm shooting, but then it just felt really weird in playing in the shoe, just because other shoes that I like to play in, for example, like, I don't know, here in the 808 Ultra V2, look at how flexible it is, right? Super flexible. This one, when I'm just like running down the court, or like it's just slapper, and also try to go on my toes to like shoot, it just would not bend, you know what I mean? So it just felt really weird. I didn't like that feeling either. So yeah, it's heel to toe transition, really not smooth at all, which I didn't like. And now moving on to the cushioning setup. The cushioning setup is terrible as well. They're just using Adiprene, and the only good thing about it is the court feel is good. You're super low to the ground, but that's it. The foam does not have a lot of compression. It's not super soft. It's not comfortable really at all. Step and comfort also isn't great. If you look at the stroke board is actually like pretty stiff. The insole, of course, is also really bad. Adidas always gives us really bad insoles, you know what I mean? So we're used to that, but then the stroke board, I mean, they've been giving us really good strobo boards, right? In like the Harden Volume 7 BYW with that cutout, and also the strobo board's been pretty soft, especially in like the Ultra Boost Light. The Ultra Boost Light is really, really soft, but this one, I mean, maybe they, even though it's not a resto mod, maybe they could have given us a softer strobo board, you know? But anyways, step and comfort, not great. Impact protection, really not good. Like heel strikes, it hurts. Very hard landings in the forefoot also. It's stiff, not very nice. So yeah, the only thing good is court feel, and I guess it's responsive, but you know, you can literally do that with like any foam, and also you can literally do that with like rubber, you know what I mean? So the cushioning setup, not great. And now moving on to the materials. Yeah, so this material is also absolutely horrendous. This is the thickest freaking material I've ever felt. And even though it's like broken in, and even though you play in it, it's definitely never gonna be as soft and as thin and minimal as, you know, like a modern material, like textile mesh, you know, knit material, stuff like that. So yeah, I hated playing this because not only is this part stiff, you know what I mean? Not only is it like super flat and stiff, it doesn't bend at all, but also this material is just so damn stiff as well that the shoe is just so stiff feeling, you know, and bulky and like just heavy, you know what I mean? So yeah, it just like, I guess there is a good amount of like foam underneath this material, so it's kind of like cozier, right? But I don't like that, you know what I mean? I'd rather have a more thin upper, just in my personal opinion. So, and also, like I said, it's just super freaking stiff. And also, at the tip of the toe, we have some rubber, so I guess you have more durability if you're doing toe drags. I don't know. But yeah, this material is absolutely horrendous. And like even here in the midfoot, it's just super freaking stiff. Also, we got the 3 stripes logo on the lateral and also on the medial side. We also have a lot of eyelets, which is pretty interesting, right? Like a lot of eyelets. So you just tighten this up, and it's just really weird, just because like when you're tightening it up, you have to go really close to each eyelet and each lace and just really tighten it up, as opposed to something a little bit more modern, which is, as you guys can see, it's a lot more spaced apart, right? Not a huge deal, but yeah, that's something that I noticed. And then here for like on the sides of the shoe, we have a good amount of padding, which it makes it feel cozy, I guess, but it's also super freaking bulky. And then also here in the back, like here in the back of the heel though, like in the Achilles, is more like minimal, you know what I mean? Not a whole lot of foam. And also for the tongue is weird also because it's like short. It's not a huge tongue, so like kind of, it's short, you know what I mean? So the laces kind of go over, like the last eyelid, when you're tightening it up, kind of goes over the tongue sometimes, which is kind of annoying. But also, the tongue isn't super well padded. So yeah, terrible materials. I don't know what they were thinking with this material, right? Also, like old school materials, they would use like leather and stuff like that. What are they doing here? What are you guys doing? You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just not that nice. All right, moving on to the fit. I went true to size and it fits me pretty well. I'm not too mad at the fit, honestly. It is like really weird here in the toe box though, right? So lengthwise, I was good going true to size. If you want your toes to go pretty close to the edge, go true to size. If you don't like that, maybe go up half a size, but I like to have a more snug fit, right? Also width-wise, I would say it's more like a normal / slightly narrow fit. But also here in the toe box, it's really snug like at the edge of the toe right here, right? But then it gets pretty roomy back here, right? So I don't know how I feel about that. It's not terrible. It's not a terrible feeling. It's just a weird feeling to me personally. So the fit wasn't amazing for me either. So yeah, if you have a wide foot or you want like a roomier fit, probably go up half a size to maybe even the full size. But for me, it was all right. All right, moving on to the support and lockdown. You're good. This is a freaking tank, guys. This is a freaking tank. So as far as lateral containment goes, yeah, you don't need anything, just because as you guys can see, is for lateral counters, there's nothing. The foam's not coming up, but this material is all you need, guys. This is just the stiffest, most supportive material I've ever felt. I guess besides what, like the foam posits, you know what I mean? I also don't really know how people played in foam posits, but I also don't know how Kobe played in these, you know what I mean? So yeah, lateral containment, you're good to go. This material here in the forefoot, here in the midfoot, your foot is not coming out of the footbed at all. Here in the heel, I guess in the back of the heel, you have this plastic heel counter, like external heel counter, but yeah, lateral containment, you're gonna be good to go. No matter how big you are, no matter how shifty your moves, you should be fine, right? Also, lateral stability should be fine as well. There is a crazy, like, it's not an outrigger, but the midsole does protrude out a good amount, giving you a very wide base here in the forefoot. Like I said, the cushion, you're low to the ground. So lateral stability, I was good to go. As far as the ankle support goes, ankle support was all right. I guess this is more like a it goes pretty high up on the ankle, right? But it's kind of on the softer side of things, so it didn't like restrict ankle movement that much, but it still did restrict a good amount of ankle movement, right? Especially comparing to this is more like soft. This one is restricted a little bit more, so ankle support I would say is okay. So support and lockdown was good. Also, I didn't have any heel slippage. Once I tightened the shoes, my foot was pretty locked into the shoe, you know? Also, another thing that I forgot to mention is the material on this colorway, right? This colorway is actually like a little bit softer. It's still pretty damn stiff, right? But it's just like, it's just a little bit softer, and it also feels a little bit thinner as well, which is weird, you know? But anyways, these are different materials, right? As far as the weight goes, yeah, it's gonna be pretty damn heavy. I'm actually pretty curious what the difference is between these two shoes, but yeah, it's gonna be like 14.5 ounces. Let's check the other shoe. 14.46 ounces. So pretty much the same exact weight for both of the shoes. And yeah, 14.5. That's pretty damn heavy. Let's check the vinyl colorway though. This is probably gonna be kind of heavy. Oh no, it's actually an ounce lighter. What the 13.65 ounces, right? So yeah, if you guys didn't see the previous Does It Basketball, I actually kind of liked playing in this shoe. You know what I mean? Like 13.5 isn't terribly heavy. But yeah, this colorway is an ounce heavier, and yeah, the traction was terrible. The traction was terrible, so I didn't feel quick. Cushion was terrible. My feet hurt, and also this material is thick and bulky as hell. And it's thicker and bulkier than this colorway. Also, the traction is better in this colorway. So, and also this colorway is lighter. So I enjoyed, it's not like I love playing it, but like it wasn't bad, you know what I mean? But I hated playing in this shoe. And also it would hurt my like ankles, and like also like, you know, the joints and tendons around my ankle and like my calf, you know what I mean? It's because like it was just so damn stiff, and it's just like I felt like I had to work to just like run around, you know what I mean, compared to something a little bit like way more smooth like in this shoe, you know. So yeah, terrible feeling shoe. Weight, you know, just like weight wise, and also like on foot. So there's that. Ventilation, obviously this is one of the hottest shoes you can play in. There's no ventilation holes. This is a thick ass material, so there's that. Aesthetically, no. That's all I gotta say. I mean, it's all white, you know, with like some purple and yellow accents. Pretty cool, but aesthetically, no. So yeah, I hated playing in this shoe. I really hated playing in this shoe, and my feet, I could not play basketball. Like I don't think I've ever said that. You know what I mean? Like I can't hoop in these. You know what I mean? Like I can't play basketball just because it was just so bad. Your traction terrible, just stiff, thick, bulky, terrible feeling shoe. And it's just like surprising because like this one wasn't that bad, you know what I mean? So if you want to hoop in these, you definitely can make it work, but like I would advise against it. I guess if you want something super freaking tanky and like crazy supportive, then I guess this is a pretty good option. But other than that, I would not recommend getting these unless you want to feel that nostalgia, I guess. But other than that, it's not a good hoop shoe. And a lot of people were saying, like, you know, on Instagram and also on TikTok, by the way, you can follow me there if you want. A lot of people were saying, you know, Kobe played in it, so it can't be bad. Yeah, I mean, people used to play in Chucks, you know, in the Jordan 1s. Michael Jordan was playing Jordan 1s, and you can hoop in them, but they're not great. They're not good, especially for like modern standards, you know what I mean? So anyways, yeah, I hate these shoes. I hate it. I really don't like these. Comparing it to this is actually not that bad. So anyways, that about concludes my performance review, and also I guess does it still basketball with the Kobe Crazy 1, and it does not. It's not good. Again, if you guys do want to comment, try leaving a feeling in the description box, but that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.